And welcome to the first book review Friday of February. I'd say I've been meaning to do this one for a while now. It's just different things. I just hadn't had full opportunity, but now I do. And the book, I'm normally I have a picture over here to the side that shows what the book or whatever it is I'm reviewing, but I don't have to do that because I actually have it on me. It is Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. Now, this book was written like around World War II. C.S. is actually C.S. Lewis talking on the radio, and they kind of took what he's talking about and they all condensed it into a book. It explains, different, I wouldn't say philosophical ways by Christianity, but I don't even, one would say apologetics, but I don't even know if you would call it apologetics. At some point, yes, but it's basically getting into, like human nature, reason why moral law, and different things like that. It's a tough read. I will admit, it was. I got this back. Oh, frick. I think I got this back in the summer. I did. I got this like back in the summer, and it took me months to finish it. I actually finished it in December, but it's just this is actually one of the few books that I'm probably gonna keep like on me because I want to read it. If I don't read it once a year, I'm gonna read it at least multiple times in my life or so because this is a very one because I want to understand it because there's certain things that's like I don't really get what that's saying, but that's okay. Sometimes different things may hit you at a moment. It's like, oh, that's what it means because of different times of life and everything like that. And again, when it comes to Christian books like that, it's not really a review scale that I have. It's more like, was it challenging me in and everything like that. This is not my first C.S. Lewis book. I've read The Great Divorce, and of course I read the first book, Chronicles of Narnia, but it's technically second in the series. I haven't read any other of the Chronicle of Narnia books. I need to. I have a book about C.S. Lewis that I'm going to start after I'm done reading this other book that I'm going to be reading. It's called The Narnian. So once I get done reading that, I'll give a review of that as well. C.S. Lewis, is probably one of the most famous, Christian apologists in one way from the early 20th century. It's just that, him and Tolkien, contemporaries and everything. Tolkien did Lord of the Rings, the stuff with stuff like that. Yes, faith was important to him, but he took all that and was like more, like he wanted you to dig deep into the stories to see what he was, to see all that. Whereas, like Narnia and everything is much more in your face, metaphorical and everything. And as far as like, oh, which one's better? Well, both are necessary. Sometimes you need to be able to dig deep into a story, like a parable. Other times you just need the meaning whacked on your face in order to understand, to make it obvious. But I do enjoy C.S. Lewis. Is just, I don't know, I remember Far Away Distance talking about this and others talking about this. Certain chapters were like really good, like mostly towards the end, like middle towards the end. Talking about virtues, talking about just different aspects of a Christian life and everything like that, what we're supposed to be doing. I bought this off Amazon, so it's able to, you're able to read it pretty much anywhere you can buy it and everything. So I would say if you want to read a challenging book that puts, things in perspective and it's like, this is definitely one of them. It's not a long book. You see, it's not long at all. It's maybe like 200 pages. It's like, 220 pages. So not too long. I read normally a chapter a day. And there's how many chapters? And there's about, 4 books inside this with 10, 16, 10, 22. There's 33 chapters, I guess you could say, quote unquote. But starting, some theological things, Christian virtues. Probably in a perspective, once I read this again, when I read it maybe a couple more times, I have to come back to it and do another review of like how I think about it then, because it's just that type of book. See, it's just going over it again, over and over. It's just it's hard to explain without really reading it. It really is. But even though I've read it, it's hard to explain. But that's okay. If you don't always understand everything, guess what? Just reread it again and ask questions, ask notes, ask everything else. For me, this is definitely a book that I'm gonna have to keep reading. So, if you're into C.S. Lewis or apologetics or knowing about Christian life and different things and looking for a viewpoint and everything like that in different ways, I recommend this book. Yeah. Mere Christianity. Next book will be something different. You'll see what it is. I'm almost done with this other book, and I'll do a review of that soon. So, but thank you for watching this. Have you read any C.S. Lewis books? If you have, which ones have you read? And let me know what you think. And what other books should I look into reading? But thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.